Hello everyone, and welcome to our latest video. I'm Dion Zakuski, Branch Manager, Portfolio Manager, and Senior Wealth Advisor here at Scotia Wealth Management, and a lot has happened since our last video in January. In this edition, we'll check into what I like to call March Madness. We'll see if there's any silver linings out there, and then we'll check out the game plan overall. To finish, we'll have Rachel join in, who will touch on the power of the total wealth approach. So if you recall from our last video, we showed a hiker that was working his way up the mountain, trying to climb to new heights. After the first few green arrow signs to proceed, there was a hazard sign talking about trade tariffs and deportation uncertainty. Well, I guess we should have made that a big flashing yellow sign based on what's transpired here in March Madness, and I'm not talking about basketball tournaments either. Now, we knew Trump's agenda included trade tariffs, deregulation, tax cuts, immigration, but we had no idea what order or sequence he was going to go on with this. His government has aggressively tackled the biggest issue as it relates to markets, that being trade. Now, the net result of all of this is a lot of uncertainty, and I can tell you that markets flat out hate uncertainty, and we measure this by a chart here. So going back all the way to 20 years ago, we look at the level of uncertainty that was happening out there in the economy and in the markets. Trump came into power in 2016, and in 2018 started a trade war with China. Trade tensions escalated, obviously. This was followed by COVID, and then we had a period of relative calm before he was reelected recently. And here we go again. So with all this ongoing tension out there, is there any silver linings? Can any good come of this? Well, a big lesson that we've learned over time is that to be a successful investor, you have to take the glass half full approach. Now, I don't mean ignoring major issues or putting your head in the sand, but even in times like these, we need to find the positives that will help guide that long-term growth chart from the lower left to the upper right. One of the reasons we're not making big adjustments to our plans or portfolios at this time is because the root cause of all this turmoil is political in nature, and we're not seeing major changes to the structure of the economy, particularly in the US. At this point, we know that the world's largest market and economy to the south of us still has strength in employment, manufacturing, and rising corporate profits. So this is why we need to be focused not only on the type of trade issues that are happening, but the duration. It is possible that tariffs could change and be taken off within days, weeks, or even a few months. We feel that if President Trump and company keep up this strong rhetoric, eventually he'll be shooting on his own net. And I'm positive that damaging his own economy isn't part of the game plan. So back to investing. And as long as these trade issues remain a political concern and not an economic one, there is some tempting opportunities beginning in certain sectors. However, it's still a bit early, and we'll have more on strategy in a minute. Also, out of this chaos lies a different type of opportunity. This trade shock to Canada was perhaps needed. We now have a historical chance to reshape our economy, attract global investment back to the Great White North, and also eliminate ridiculous interprovincial trade barriers. Of course, strong political leadership is needed here, and we may see that soon with an upcoming federal election. All right, so we've looked at the current state of the markets amidst all these issues, but what's the plan? Again, it really comes down to the duration of these trade conflicts. Over the past weeks in our managed portfolio program, we have placed some small sells to help protect profits out there. We're adopting a more neutral stance, but not going all in defense at this point. Keep in mind, we've seen this movie before. Back in 2018, President Trump started a trade war with China. Now, our Canadian media didn't focus on it as much as today because it didn't really affect us as directly as we see now. But for the market, similar to now, we saw a pullback at that time, and that lasted until about the summer of 2019. But fun fact, the US S&P 500 index returned plus 29% that year. So with this in mind, it might seem a little bit early to add to growth investments. Making wholesale sell orders could be destructive to your long-term capital, so that really leaves us with door number 3, which is to carefully make adjustments and monitor things very closely. This is also an excellent time to remember why we have a balanced approach. Owning non-stock market investments like bonds, alternatives like private credit and real estate can act as kind of a bubble wrap to help protect your portfolio. And we also need to remember the big picture and why we have investments in the first place, all part of the mighty wealth plan. I'm fully confident we'll navigate through this together. And to help provide more confidence around the power of using a wealth team, let's bring in Rachel.
We understand managing significant wealth comes with its unique challenges. Whether you're planning your business's future, building a family legacy, or securing your retirement. In today's uncertain financial world, having expert guidance can make all the difference. Research shows Canadians who work with financial professionals achieve greater results. Here's how our team at the Zakuski Group can help. We'll build a wealth plan just for you, and we take time to understand what matters most to you and your families, and creating strategies that reflect your personal goals as well as your values. Looking at the complete picture, we consider everything: your investment, your tax situation, your protection needs, and legacy wishes, to create a balanced plan that works for both your family and your business interests. And our support is support that grows with you. So we build genuine relationships, and we adjust your plan to life changes, giving you a flexible roadmap for your financial future. If you're looking for clarity and confidence for your wealth management, or you know someone who is, let's connect. As a trusted team for high net worth individuals and families across Canada, our sophisticated portfolio management approach and personalized strategies consistently deliver exceptional results. Contact us today at zukgroup.com. That's zukgroup.com. Thanks for listening.